All right, girlfriends. Hello, hello, hello. This is Angela Jordan Perry, Girlfriend's Guide to Homeschooling. Thank you for tuning in. Today I have a beautiful sister, really brilliant. I don't know, what else can I describe of Brenaea? Just brilliant, precise, detail, and full of nuggets and insights that makes me feel like, you know, as I hear her, I'm a seasoned and veteran homeschooler, but being that she is new to homeschool, she makes me feel like, oh yeah, you can do this, and this is how it can be done. Just, I don't know, just a seamless, simple, encouraging way of getting people into homeschooling, this idea that they can educate their children. So we had just had our interview, long, beautiful interview. And so girlfriends, if you're new to this platform, this is a platform to give voice to those who are of the African diasporic homeschool community. African diaspora, many people say, what is it? This is diaspora, like it's a foreign word, and many times it is. So African descent, diaspora are the scattered ones, those who are all over. We're all over, Black and brown people who are of the African descent, and those who are homeschooling. And also for the platform, it is for those who are considering homeschooling. We want to encourage you to know exactly the fact that you can homeschool your children. So Brenea and I had our interview, and she did a wonderful job just sharing her journey and her insights. And as always, on Girlfriend's Guide to Homeschooling, we take a poignant point or subject or topic or quote that is said by the interviewee in their interview, and now we dive in deeper into it here. So if you want to hear the full interview with Brenea Fairchild from New Jersey, homeschooling two babies. Well, she has two babies. One she's homeschooling. One is just 9 months. Just right around with my grand love. She's 10 months. But if you want to hear her full interview, you need to go to the podcast Girlfriends Chat with Angela Jordan Perry on all of your platforms to hear this. Her interview is quite powerful. Powerful, enlightening, encouraging. Okay. So Brenaea, one of the things that you said in the interview, I would love for you to dive in deeper here, is that you brought this up a few times in our conversation. You are uniquely equipped to homeschool your children. You said it there that way, and then you just talked about the relationship of a child and the parent and how that helps to foster and the most important thing that helps in this homeschooling and them learning. So can you dive in deeper onto that? What is that? What exactly are you talking about? What do you mean you're uniquely equipped to teach your child?
Yes, of course. And first, Angela, I just want to say thanks so much for having me here. Hey there, girlfriends. I'm so excited to be here with you because I love homeschool and I love you, right? I love to see other Black women out here doing the thing. And so just thanks for having me. It's just such an honor. So yes, it's just a simple truth. You are, I am, everyone is uniquely equipped to teach their children. And what do I mean by that? I mean that, you know, when we either get started homeschooling, so whether you're new to homeschooling or you're having a home day homeschooling and you've been homeschooling for however long, you're like, so-and-so could do this better than me, they could do that better than me, they could think through this thing. I know someone who could teach like this, mama, whatever, majored in math, and, she could teach this calculus, but I can't do it. And so there's so many ways often in our homeschooling journey, we start to think about how we are not good enough to teach our children. And while there is a place for that, and there's space for us to remember, is there someone who could do this better for me? We are each still uniquely equipped to teach our children. And so what do I mean by that? What I'm telling you is that not only is the love that you have for your child just amazing and transformative, right? This isn't just me telling you this, but it also is some great research out there telling you this. So when I was studying, my background is in education. Something that impacted me the most was a research study that is just very widely shared, which is it asked the question, what most impacts student achievement? So the way that kids come out, right? Whether they go to college, have good paying jobs, all of those sort of things. What most impacts student achievement? And, people had the regular guesses, how much money your parents make, what neighborhood you come from, what jobs your parents have, right? Those types of things. But none of those things were the thing that most impacted student achievement. The thing that most impacted student achievement was the relationship that they had with their teacher. Okay, so the thing that most impacts if a child is going to get it or be successful in whatever terms that might mean, right? They're going to kind of arrive to the fullest potential of themselves is not how much money you're able to throw at things and not how much math you know, but the relationship that you have with them. All
okay,
right.
break that down. So relationship, I mean, what do you mean?
Yes, so that's in those tender moments of me knowing that I did something wrong, and mom's not just gonna put a big X over my paper and say, you just need to do better, right? But she's gonna say, hey, I know I'm gonna come alongside you and show you how you can do better. This is saying, oh, I know mom may or may not be interested in science or history or whatever, but she says that we can learn together, even though this is something that she just knows on her own, right?
Okay.
And so it's this fact that as mom, right, as parent, that you are a safe space, right, a special person to your child where they know I can mess up here, I can cry here, I cannot show up as my perfect self here, and I'm still going to be accepted, and I'm still going to be loved. And to take it a little bit deeper, and I talk about this in the conference that the Melanin Village is having, and I'll share about that in a second. But to take this a bit deeper, is that's because when there's a safe space, it's fertile ground for a growth mindset. So growth mindset says, I can do this, right? I can do this next thing, even if it's hard, right? I can do hard things, is what someone with a growth mindset has. As long as I practice, I focus, I learn some skills, they believe that they can do it. But you only start to believe you can do those hard things when you are in a safe space, right? So if you are criticized for risk taking, told that you shouldn't be, doing something, or, receive harsh response when you don't get something right, that is not a safe space. And as a homeschool parent, right, as homeschoolers, we have the space and the time to say, oh, that didn't go the way it's planned, but we can try again. Right. Oh, that's okay. I know you can do it if you keep working on it. Right. And that right there starts to teach our children, hey, mom is safe for me to try this new thing with, to make some pancake recipe that's never been made before, and she's gonna say that I'm getting better even when it tastes like dirt. You know what I'm saying? Right. That you are safe, and so because you're safe, your child, they're gonna be more willing to take risk. And those risks is then when we start to see their full selves realized. Because hey, let me see if this thing and this thing can go together, right? Let me see if I take this and take that, if something new will be created, right? That they start to feel that it's safe to take those risks and to grow. And so that is why, that's what I mean when I say that you are uniquely equipped. I mean, just by being parent, whether you're a parent by womb or by adoption, right? Like bringing children into your heart, like the relationship is what matters. Right. So because you have intimate relationship with your children, because you are caring for them, because you are creating a safe space to say, I see you, I know you, and I love who you are, even when you struggle, they know that they can take risk. And because of that, they will be able to grow, right? And to realize.
Now, let me ask you this. So how does that look for the parents who say, my child and I, or our children and I, we bump heads. We just don't, we can't do it. And he's 5 and we still bump heads, or she's 10, 12, whatever. How does that look like when you're telling me I'm uniquely equipped to teach this kid who we're constantly like this, bumping heads at each other?
That's right. So let me tell you that this bumping heads does not then mean bad relationship, right? It may mean kind of mismatched personalities. It may mean still learning each other. Like I like to say, some people, they talk about their toddlers, like, oh, they're so crazy. Like, I don't know what's going on. And I'm like, they are still learning in this world. And my mom, she used to say all the time to me, this is my first time being the mom of an 11-year-old, the same way it's your first time being 11. This is my first time being the mom of a 15-year-old, the same way it's your first time being 15. And so I would just say that leading into that, right, in your relationship is still then what makes it okay. So me and my husband are very, very opposite in so many ways. But being able to just say, I respect you, I love you as a person, even though you're different than me, right, can be like a very healthy and fine part of the relationship. And you can still have that space for risk taking. And so maybe that does mean for you, mom, is like, hey, my child naturally thinks about things differently than I do. So maybe you have a kid that's very like entrepreneurial, always wants to try something, and you're like, I would like to go buy the books, I want to get this next thing done, I want to do it in order. Yes, that does mean you might have to take a step back and say, am I encouraging their risk taking and who they are as a person? Am I creating a safe space for them to learn? And so maybe give yourself a space of reflection. And if you feel like, no, I'm not, then just say that to them. I realize you're always trying to try new things, and sometimes I'm saying you shouldn't do that, but I want to support you more, right? Just even those small steps that even when you feel like, okay, I'm not the perfect, safe, atmosphere setting person that I want to be or that I hope this relationship be, even just saying, I want us to feel safe together. I want us to grow together. What's your perspective on that? And how would you do this? Those are the things that makes a difference. And let me tell you, even with head bumping, right? Like me and my mom, we definitely bump heads, but I definitely knew if I was gonna run to someone in the street for help or go to my mama, I was gonna go to my mama. Gotcha. So unless you're in a space in which there is some kind of really toxic atmosphere going on, and if it is, then you would know that. You probably wouldn't be homeschooling, right? This would be a whole different conversation.
Right.
That it doesn't have to. Just one of my favorite phrases. It doesn't have to be perfect for it to be good.
That's right.
And so opening that conversation, just saying, oh, I know sometimes we view things differently, but why do you think to do that? Oh, what was your perspective on this? And just hearing from them and learning from them in that way. So I would still say, even being opposite, you're uniquely equipped to teach. And even more so, sometimes you are uniquely equipped to reel in, because sometimes with the different personalities, you start to say wow, I'm all the way over here and my kid is all the way over here. And so both of us have to do moving. It's never just the child who needs to change. I always like to remind, parents, if there's a problem, you are a big part of the problem. Good. And I know that's a lot sometimes for us to take on, but they're new here.
That's right. That's good.
They're new here. But it may be this is a child who loves to push the limits, and I need to find ways to inspire and encourage that, but I also need to teach them how to respect other people's boundaries.
Right.
So what that looks like for us is my 5-year-old, he is one of those limit pushing, I'm going to try everything. And so one of my go-to phrases with him, when he's trying to force someone to do something they don't want to do, I just say, please respect their decision. Please respect their decision. And so, when his friend does something and he doesn't want it, he goes, all right, I'll respect your decision. And I'm like, yeah, right now at 5, he don't even really know what he's saying. But at 25, it's going to make a difference, when you have a relationship with someone, right? In those types of things. And so realizing, even if you're different, you're still uniquely equipped, because you'll see those things and say, okay, how can I honor their gifts and also reel them in, right? Direct them and hone them to make sure they're going to be able to honor themselves and honor other people with who they are.
Beautiful. Well said, Mama. That is good information. Some insights I need to be refreshed and reminded on. So thank you for that, Brenaea. So Brenaea, as mentioned in our interview as well, you talked about the Melanin Village and the conference that you have coming up, the Homeschool Together conference. Go ahead and tell the girlfriends a little bit about that, when it's happening, and what all they need to know around that.
Yes. So come and join us. This conference, the Melanin Village is putting on, it's called the Homeschool Together Conference. We've gathered the most influential voices in Black homeschool education. So if you've seen them around, right, yours truly, Miss Angela Jordan Perry, will be there. You will see them there at this conference. It is to equip, encourage, and inspire you in your homeschooling journey. Whether you're new to this or you've been doing this for years, you are going to leave encouraged. The conference itself is free, but I'm encouraging everyone to go ahead and grab your all-access pass. It's only $30, and for that, you get unlimited replays, the worksheets to all the sessions, a coupon off to the woke homeschooling curriculum, which is a great U.S. history curriculum for brown folks. And a ticket to the Melanin Meetup. So the Melanin Meetup Homeschool Edition, it'll be a beautiful, online, sophisticated space in which you can move from virtual table to virtual table to connect with homeschoolers just like you. We'll have live presentations from homeschoolers who've been homeschooling for all types of time. So graduates, moms will be on there to share their story. It'll be a wonderful time of networking and connecting. It's definitely a place you can come and find your tribe, or just connect with folks who are doing the same thing that you're doing. So we've got that coming up, and we have opening up soon. It's closed right now to members, but we have a community. Yes, we have our own app, the Melanin Village app, in which you can go ahead and connect with homeschoolers like you, near you. So some of the great things you can do in here is so for example, Angela, you're in South Carolina. You could go ahead and say, hey, I'm going to be going to the zoo on Monday at 5 p.m. I'm going to meet up here, X, Y, and Z. And every brown homeschooler near you who is right in that Melanin Village, they'll get that, and they can say, oh yeah, I'm going to tag along. Or, you might say, oh, we're going to have a Zoom party for my 12-year-old. I would love to have some other Black boys to come on in and have to come on into it. You put it in there, people can RSVP and
That
just
is so
like
awesome.
get connected. And so it's our very own space and app, away from Facebook, away from social media. It's specifically a homeschooling space for us. And so it's that space. And then also we have monthly growth sessions. So this month we're meeting with a school psychologist. And the next month we have other experts in homeschool and education, veteran homeschoolers who are coming in to share with us. And so what we do in the Melanin Village is that we're a growth-centered community. It's a space for melanated homeschoolers to gather and to grow together. And so I invite you, while right now we're closed to new members, because when we get members, we're all in on them, getting to know, making sure your needs are met. But we're going to open back up at the end of August, right around the time of the conference. And so we say, come on in, mark it down on your calendar, get on our wait list on our website, www.melaninvillage.org. So that you can go ahead and jump in there and connect with homeschoolers who are like you.
Beautiful, beautiful. It's how exciting. Love it. I love it. And you know what? We'll never have enough resources for those who are of the African diaspora, who are homeschooling, who are not, whatever. We just can't have enough. So I'm just encouraged and blessed to see Brenaea, who's, like I said before in the interview, just jumping in there, just started homeschool, jumping in there and then making this stuff available and happen for the homeschool community of Black and brown families. So just, again, kudos, Brenaea, and way to go. Thank you for joining the ranks and reaching out. So, well, girlfriends, here you go. Here's the teaser talk from Brenea Fairchild out of New Jersey. And you got to go and listen to her full interview, as mentioned before. Find it on all of your podcast stations. The is Girlfriends Chat with Angela Jordan Perry, and tune in and get connected, okay? All right, well, thank you. Until next time, Brenaea, we will be in touch, and peace and blessings to all of you girlfriends. Bye.
Bye.